Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Inside Jokes, where I show comedians clips and then we talk about them. This week's guest is Laura Severse. She is so funny and has so many great insights, and I can't wait to talk to her. So let's see how that goes.
I had a hysterectomy last year. I gotta tell you, best surgery I have ever had. Okay? If someone offers you a hysterectomy, do it. There you go. Right? Yeah. Even you, sir. Just do it. Let me tell you, no more babies, post-operative opiates. Hell yeah. Yeah. I got home after my surgery. I laid on my couch. I popped a pill. I sank into that couch, and I was like, oh, shit. This is why we have a national epidemic. Oh, shit. I literally was like, this is what it feels like to be hugged by Jesus.
So, Laura, I've watched a lot of clips for this show. I haven't seen any about surgery. What do you think that your hysterectomy would be good for talking about on stage?
I just felt like it would be relatable to the women in the audience, but I also knew that I could make it funny enough that the men would be on board. Because, throughout the joke, I reference The Simpsons almost immediately. I reference, I try to make the jokes appealing to, even though hysterectomy is very specifically geared towards women, I want to make the joke broad enough that everyone can get a really good laugh out of it.
When you were acting out being on drugs, like when you sank to the floor and you were doing the hugged by Jesus thing, how did you decide on those act outs?
Part of that joke is when I say oh, this is why we have a national epidemic. Now I fully get it. I get it, but I got it before because I grew up in Dorchester and I'm well aware of the disease of addiction. But when you take them and you're just oh shit, now I get it. And I just knew that the phrase being hugged by Jesus would be I knew it would be funny. When you're doing this long enough, there are certain phrases and stuff that you just know are gonna hit. You know what I mean? And being hugged by Jesus is I knew it would be funny.
Why did you decide to share that clip?
So here's the deal. I hired a kid to do it for me because I'm so social media unsavvy, not savvy, whatever. I'm just a mess with social media. And so I just finally decided, I was just struggling so hard, learning how to edit the clips and then learning how to, literally, I'm so dumb with this stuff that I couldn't even figure out, how to get them uploaded and make them look right. And the captions and this, it was too much for me. And also, I work a full, I have a full-time job. I have a day job. I'm not anywhere near being able, close to being able to quit. I also have a family. I have, I have 3 jobs. I have my daytime job, I have my comedy job, and then I'm also the finance person for my son's football team. All of these are very time consuming. So I actually didn't pick that clip. What I do is I just upload my set and I leave it to Kurt to do. And he's super media, social media savvy. And he knows what's funny. So he just digs in and he just takes care of it for me. And it's been the best investment I've made. It's an investment into in myself, number one. And number two, the relief of not having to do anything. You know what I mean? Because before even I had a friend, I had somebody who was cutting the clips, but then I still had to upload them and I just wouldn't. I would just be yeah, I'll do that tomorrow when I have an hour to figure it out. And I have friends who are really my friend Katie can cut clip and upload like that. She just does that. But I don't have the time. I don't have the wherewithal. So I just leave it to Kurt.
One of the things that I've noticed from a lot of your clips is that you use a lot of your language. You're swearing a lot, and there are some people that said that comics shouldn't swear on stage. I don't know if you had any thoughts on that.
There are certain spots where I very purposefully swear. Overall, though, I need to stop. I really need to. It's not to say that it's hacky or that it's doesn't have any place. And also, I do feel on some level it does kind of work with my whole persona of being from Boston and being sweary and blah blah blah. but I would love to stop. Like, or I'd love to limit it. I've had people say to me, you got to knock it off. And it's true, I do. In my Don't Tell tape that's on YouTube, I swear so much that even I'm like, oh my God, why did I do that? But I was nervous. And so I revert. I just trip over myself and I'm just like, oh, I'll just drop an F bomb.
You're like you said, it's kind of a nervous tick, but it seems to be like relatable. I feel like it works with you.
In a perfect world, I would limit the swearing and make it less aggressive, maybe too. There are certain jokes that I've been doing for a very long time where I keep the swear, but I've softened it. And a very good example is my opener when I start to talk about my children is I have two kids. I have a boy, I have a girl. One of them is my favorite, and the other one can go fuck herself. Well, in my Don't Tell taping, I leaned so hard into it. I was like, she can go fuck herself. And I realized, like, oh, that was too harsh because I actually don't mean it that aggressively because she's a great kid. So now I've toned it down. And if I do it, I go, she can go fuck herself, and that actually gets a better laugh. Because parents in the audience are like, yeah, you know what I mean? But if you go too hard, they're like, oh, Jesus. So,
Yeah, I think parents definitely can relate to it, giving it to your kids at least a little bit.
yeah, 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 for
What
sure.
advice would you have for newer comics?
What's funny? I think that the scene will kind of tell you if they want you there or not. And I knew as I was getting booked more and more, and people were being better to me or kinder or whatever, and pushing me forward and helping me out and giving me tags. But I was like, oh, I'm being accepted. I'm being moved forward. People think I'm funny. Like you'll know. You know what I mean? You can tell.
Yes, you will. I think
Yeah.
that's all great advice. If people want to find you online, where can they find you?
On all of the platforms. It's all under my name, Laura Severse. It's nothing fancy. I think you'll find me. Yeah, it's all just same, my name, and I'm on Instagram and TikTok, and I'm on Facebook barely. I don't put much on there. I don't know if I have much on YouTube other than like some of my like some tapes that are like my Don't Tell comedy tape is obviously there. And there's some from like festivals and stuff I've done, but I don't have like a huge YouTube presence. Um, so mostly it's like Instagram and TikTok. Yeah, that's
Nice.
about
Well, this
it.
has been a great conversation, a lot of really great insights, and thank you, everybody, for watching this. If you like this, make sure that you like and subscribe so you can see more comics, and hope you have a lot of laughter in your life.